True innovation is about technology, not gadgetry. It's about pushing boundaries, resetting the bar for an entire category. This is the all-new GLC. Combining world-class design with state-of-the-art technology and engineering, it sets a whole new standard for the mid-size luxury SUV. Before you even set foot in the GLC, you can feel it. The muscular profile, the athletic lines, the bold styling. The newest addition to the most fabled SUV lineage in history looks every inch the part. The GLC comes equipped with sporty new 19-inch wheels and integrated roof rails, as well as these distinctive daytime running lamps. As you can see, the GLC offers expansive cargo space too. And these show-stopping good looks are just a prologue to what's inside. There's such attention to detail, and the finish is meticulous. I see beautiful design touches everywhere I look. The MB text-covered dash, this gorgeous black ash open-pore paneling, and wonderfully soft leather upholstery available throughout. This vehicle is 100% Mercedes-Benz. Of course, Mercedes-Benz is famous for its long history of innovation. But if you want to see how far that innovation has come, just take a spin in the GLC. This touchpad connects you to an infotainment system so smart, it can read your handwriting. The media interface gives you full access to your favorite playlists. And you can connect your smartphone via Bluetooth and make or receive phone calls and read or write emails and texts hands-free. The rear seats, while offering outstanding legroom, are also heated, and the ones in front are also ventilated. A really clever touch is the head-up display, which projects key data right into your eye line so you don't ever have to take your eyes off the road. With its smart new design, the GLC almost looks like it's thinking, and in fact it is. Constantly. With a 360-degree array of radars, cameras, and ultrasonic sensors linked to a suite of cutting-edge intelligent drive systems, the GLC is continuously processing, monitoring, and responding to your surroundings, sharpening your reactions and heightening your awareness of what's happening on the road. While you're focused on your drive, your vehicle's focused on keeping you in your lane and at a safe distance from other vehicles. If you stray over a line, the steering wheel vibrates to let you know. If you try to move into a lane that's already occupied, a warning light in your mirror will alert you. The GLC can warn you or even apply the brakes if you get too close to the vehicle in front, dramatically reducing the chance of a rear-end collision. It can also provide a warning or even stop autonomously to prevent you from driving into unseen cross-traffic. The GLC even keeps an eye on how you're doing, monitoring your driving patterns and letting you know when it's time for a break. There's a strong sense here of not just tremendous safety, but a true driver-vehicle partnership. The GLC intuitively monitoring and responding to changes in conditions, allowing me to just focus on enjoying the drive. And I'm not the only one the GLC is constantly looking out for. Due to its lightweight construction, this vehicle is highly fuel efficient. Now, if I really want to change things up, the dynamic select control allows me to switch among multiple driving modes. As I go from comfort to sport mode here, I can feel the whole configuration transform. The ride feels firmer, the engine more responsive, and the vehicle is even more fun to drive. The GLC is everything you look for in a luxury SUV. The comfort, the performance, the cutting-edge technology, the safety features, the beautiful design, all executed at a whole new level. And it comes at a price that's likely to attract its own share of second glances.
Hi everyone, my name is Steven and I am the proud owner of a 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 4MATIC. And I've had the car for about 4 months now, and I wanted to spend some time telling you about some of the features that I really like. First off, I have an illuminated star, which lightens up during the night. The second feature is I upgraded to the LED headbeams, and it's absolutely amazing when you're driving and how the lights will tilt as you go around a curve. Now, I'm 6'3", but I'm a pretty big guy, and just look at how much legroom I have in this car. I love my ventilated seats. I upgraded to the surround sound system. It was about $850, and it includes a subwoofer, which is actually in the dashboard. But let me show you one of my favorite features, is this car does have cruise control. It's kind of hidden over here behind, you can't see it. But you pop it on, and at whatever speed you're at, it locks it in. And the cool thing is if you do a little tap, we're gonna go up. You can tap up 1 mile per hour or down 1 mile per hour. But if you do a big tap, it goes in 5-mile increments. Another really cool feature that took a little bit of time getting used to was the little rotor changer for the radio. And the thing that I really love about this feature is that it'll find stations that are in tune and give those as your only options. The really nice piece was what they call the dynamic select, and what this does is it allows you as a driver to pick different driving modes. And so you can do this while the car is stopped, you can do it while it's in operation, but there's basically a variety of driving modes. There's economy, comfort, sport, and sport plus. This is economy and comfort mode are kind of relaxing, kind of like you're driving a Buick or a Cadillac, but if you want to shave some years off your age and really want that sport, fast acceleration, tight handling, and a tighter suspension, then go with Sport Plus. One of the weird features about the Mercedes, which we didn't really know and no one explained to us, is that when you're in sport and comfort mode, you have this little feature that turns off the engine. And I don't know what the A stands for, but it basically turns off the engine while you're...
It kills it.
It kills it.
Completely.
Now, it's kind of freaky because if you're not used to it, when we were doing a test drive, no one really told us about that. And so I'm like, this car is really jolty and has kind of like, yeah, it's dying. It's kind of a unique feeling that you just need to get used to. But the nice thing is if you're in high smog cities, you're saving the environment.
Plus your gas mileage. What's your gas mileage like on econo mode?
No lie, from the beginning of the car, I'm getting 26.1 miles per gallon. And I've driven the car 216 hours and 26 minutes.
Wow.
So, engine's back on, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to shift to Sport Plus mode. And we are going to give it a little bit of gas and watch as we pass all of these cars in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't do this particular upgrade, but you can upgrade to a feature that's called Distronic Plus. And basically what it does is when you have the cruise control on, it monitors the distance between you and the car in front and automatically adjusts. But the one thing I don't really like about Mercedes is when you want one thing, you have to buy a lot of other stuff. And if you get that feature, then you have to buy the navigation system. And I see no reason to have a navigation system when you can use your iPhone or your Droid phone and get navigation for free. You can walk up with the keyless control in your pocket, and you simply pull on the back and it automatically opens up the trunk. Now the trunk space is kind of tight, so you have to be really, really organized like myself. And these are my nice Mercedes bags that they threw in. And then when you're ready to click, we hit this little button here, and then watch. Automatically closes itself. Is that not really cool? To put down the seat, all we have to do is to pull this lever down. Alexis, do you want to go ahead and pull that lever like that? And then bang, you have a lie flat. It does the same thing on the other side. Here's the armrest.
Does that have cup holders? There you go.
Cup holders. We've never used them because I don't want food in my car. And that has a nice little storage compartment back here. I do not understand why the sunglass holder does not hold a regular pair of sunglasses. When you're using the system and the rotary, it's a little bit of a learning curve. However, in my old cars, which were mainly Acuras and Hondas, I found that it was faster to go from like your iShuffle or your Nano to your phone on Bluetooth over to the radio. This car, it's a little bit slower than I'd like. And then another awkward feature is that in previous cars, the cigarette lighter, when you plug in your phone, it allowed you to close this. Well, in this car, if I plug in the charger on my phone, I can't close it. Some of the things that I really enjoy about the car are how quiet it is inside. I love the automatic sensing windshield wipers, and I just love how it looks. I'm happy that I went with the Mercedes versus the Lexus and the Acura. The Porsche was a very close competitor. It was about 15,000 more for comparable features, and the storage space was really tight. The other thing is there's issues with the softer tires on the Porsche as well. But when I was shopping, I looked at the Lexus, Acura, and a variety of Mercedes. And honestly, the handling, the overall feel of the ride, the LED headlights, and just being a Mercedes owner is really what led me to want to become a Mercedes owner. Now, if you're looking at Mercedes SUVs and you're serious about the GLE, I honestly would try the GLC, the one that I bought, because it's about $10,000 less. It has much easier dashboard, handles much more like a car versus driving this big SUV tank. So those are my thoughts, but good luck. And if you have any questions, please leave them on and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
What's going on, guys? Busmaster99 here. My dad just got done test driving this 2017 GLC 300 4MATIC SUV, and now I'm going to give you guys a tour of it. So this is what the key looks like. Insert it here, and then turn it. And to start it, just simply step on the brake and flick the key. This has a very smooth steering system. This vehicle has Mercedes all-new 9G-tronic automatic transmission. And to engage it, you put your foot on the brake, obviously. Pull it all the way down for drive, and as you noticed, the parking brake took itself off. That is also new for 2017. Up half a click or down half a click depending on position for neutral. All the way up for reverse, which also engages the rear view camera. And the button on the end is P for park. Got the window locks. Naturally, all four windows are fully automatic. Or not. Lock and unlock, 3-person memory, heated seats, seat adjustment controls. There's your fuel gauge. It's an LED readout, and your temperature readout is the same as your fuel readout. LED configuration. And now I'm going to flip on the exterior lighting, the rear fog lights, and the hazard lights. And now, let's go ahead and see how that looks on the outside. So as you can see, it has LED headlights, LED turn signals, LED side turn signal mirrors, of course, and LED tail lights, and an LED rear fog light. I'm going to go ahead and pop the bonnet now. So this is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, good for 241 horsepower. Average about 24 miles per gallon, 21 in the city, 28 on the highway. Now let's go ahead and look at some other features this car has to offer. It's got the Burmester audio system. It's got manual shift paddles. So if you put the transmission in gear, you can put it on over in manual mode. There's also a manual toggle right here to switch between automatic and manual modes. So the M button will permanently engage manual mode. Go back to automatic just by hitting it again. And then you can also pull a paddle to engage manual mode. This is your Eco Start Stop button. When you come to a stop and the engine is warm and you're in driver neutral, the engine will shut off to save fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in park. It's your favorite button, back button. This does not have the touchpad. Climate controls. You also got some shortcuts down here. There's the menu button. Can go between your airflow menu, your temperature menu, your air distribution menu, and so on and so forth. Basically, that's your climate menu. You got different modes. You can change your air temperature. And then press up when you're done. You can select the manual setting, or you can leave it on auto. Most people will just leave it on auto. Go between navigation, radio, media, telephone, and vehicle settings. Check your fuel consumption. You've got an in-vehicle operator's manual, your time settings, your vehicle settings, and your individual mode configuration. Acoustic lock feedback, belt adjustment, so the belt will tug on you when you buckle up. Automatic mirror folding, locator lighting, so when you're unlocking your car at night, the mirrors will automatically turn on. The mirror lights will automatically turn on. Automatic door locks. Exterior lighting delay. So that's if you leave it on auto. You can have it wait to go off. There are many different things you can configure in the individual mode. You can set the engine to one of 4 settings: Eco, Comfort, Sport, or Sport Plus. In the AMG GT, you get a race setting, so you can put the engine in race mode. You can adjust the steering feel, Comfort or Sport. And Sport basically tightens up the steering feel, while Comfort loosens it up. Your auto start stop function, you can turn that on or off. And your airflow settings, Comfort and Eco. So you can increase or reduce your airflow with that. You've got shortcuts for everything down here too. Your eject button, your hazard lights, black piano veneer trim, center storage with 2 USB inputs as well as an SD card slot. Here's the glove box. Here's your dual zone climate control switch. You can switch between your different modes, your digital speedometer, your odometer, your range to empty, your eco display, since you've driven the car, how many miles you've driven. You can hit the back button to access the menus on this screen. There are more vehicle settings here. This is more of an admin mode. So your drive assist, your automatic lights, daytime running lights. You can only change the daytime running lights setting with the engine off. But basically you can turn those on and off. That's the only thing you can change in the light menu. You can change from miles to kilometers. You can format the system memory. And as for drive assist, you can turn on or off some collision prevention aids, such as pre-safe brake. Also your attention assist, which basically reminds you to take a break. That's what the coffee symbol is, in case anyone's wondering. So now I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. And I hope you enjoyed this tour. Stay tuned for more, as always.
Hello, this is Jessie Cannon-Wallace with Atlanta Classic Cars Mercedes-Benz, and today we're going to take a look at this 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300. This particular vehicle is Designo Cardinal Red Metallic with the premium package, the multimedia package, the lighting package, the advanced parking assist package, and the Distronic driver assistance package. It also has the panoramic roof, heated front and rear seats, upgraded sound system. It's just about everything you could want in a GLC. MSRP is about $53,000. Take a look at the inside. Silk beige with the lindenwood trim. And in the back seat, this does have the split folding seat here with the touch of this little silver button. Folds down. It is a 40-20-40 folding seat. If we come around to the back, pinch this little handle, up goes the tailgate. You can see all the space that we have up to the front seat. Power tailgate. LED tail lamps, of course. And then we'll come around here and take it for a drive. As my own camera person, I must run around the car. So with keyless go, foot on the brake, push the button, and we're on. Seat belts. Parking brake release. I'm going to turn on my navigation system. First, I'll put the car in reverse. This will show you the beautiful surround view camera. It's red to match, of course, which I love. And then when I put it in drive, I can get my forward camera as well to help me navigate around things I may not be able to see in either direction. All right, so we are headed out. The electromechanical steering makes this very easy to drive at low speed. It makes it a very light steering wheel, but then the faster you go, the tighter it gets. Speed bump. All right, we are pulling out onto Boggs Road. great acceleration. This is our 4-cylinder engine, 241 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. It is a 9-speed transmission, so it is quite smooth, very quiet. You can see my speed limit assist knows that the speed limit here is 40 and then immediately changes to 45. I'm going to turn right here onto Satellite Boulevard. Notice my touch turn signals. Flash 3 times to indicate a lane change and then go off. Now I want to follow this Hyundai for a moment. Woo! So I'm going to set my cruise control. I don't think you can see that, but I'm asking for 60. And as long as I'm behind this car in front of me, I'm not quite going to get 60. It's creating a follow distance of safety, and it's giving me about 50, which is within the speed limit. That's close, 45. And now we're slowing down a little bit because the car in front of us is slowing down a little bit. And Distronic will keep me safe all the way to a complete stop, and that's part of the driver assistance package. So the Hyundai's braking, and I am braking as well. Now it's going to get out of the way, so I'm going to manually brake, and I'm also going to turn right here. Okay. Now notice this, if I turn, I don't know if you can feel it, but you can see I switched over to Sport Plus mode with the dynamic select, and it gives me a different feel for the car. I pick up a few RPMs, my pedals react a little differently, my steering's a little tighter, and then I'll accelerate onto the highway, staying well within the speed limit, of course. Notice the nice grips on the steering wheel. I've got volume control, voice control, answer and hang up for the phone are here. Because this is a driver assistance car and my lane tracking is on over 40 miles an hour, if I start to drift over this lane line, the car just corrected itself back into the lane so that I wasn't able to make that mistake. Now as I come up to the top of the hill here, again, I'm not using my Distronic to follow, so I'm braking manually. I'm going to come up on the back of this car here, and I want to demonstrate the Parktronic. So at low speed, my Parktronic sensors on the front and rear of the car can tell me if I'm getting close to something. There's little lights here, orange, 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 and if I get too close, red and beeping. That tells me I'm very close. I also have a button for my surround camera I can turn on so that I can see how close I am. I don't think you can see that either. So from here, I'm going to engage hold braking by pushing down firmly on the brake pedal, and that'll hold me still in this position until the light turns green and I'm ready to go. So that is a quick drive on the 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300. If you'd like to take a closer look, please do visit me at Atlanta Classic Cars. We're on Boggs Road in Duluth. Again, this is Jessie Cannon-Wallace. Thanks so much for your time.
Today we're behind the wheel of a 2018 GLC 300. It's equipped with the multimedia package, advanced parking assist package, as well as the premium driver assistance package. So what we're going to do is go over a few of the options here in our menu here between the gauges on the instrument cluster. Using the arrows directionally on our left side of the steering wheel, we can control the screen up here. Right now we're under our trip information. If we arrow up or down, we can see different information displayed, such as fuel consumption, our eco setup, our miles per gallon since start, and so on. If we click our home button here, that's going to bring up the different options that we can view on this menu. Navigation will show a brief overview of nav information when we're using that system. Radio will show the radio information such as song selection. Media, if you have a Bluetooth audio source or CD. Telephone, that's going to be your cell phone. Assistance graphic, as well as service and settings. If we select the assistance graphic here, that's going to show us our driver's attention here using the attention assist feature and showing that we've been alert the whole time. We go back here, we go under service. We can check on different things such as the tire pressure. So when those lights go off when it's really cold, we can see if the tire is actually flat or if it's just the sensor picking up the change in temperature. If we go under settings here, This will be all those advanced driver assist settings that we mentioned in that package. So we'll select that. We have our brake assist that's turned on right now. Okay. Blind spot assist, we have that set up to be active. That's going to go off on our mirrors whenever someone's in our blind spot over 20 miles per hour. Attention assist, we have it set to standard. Lane keeping assist, this is adaptive based on the driver's driving habits. It will adapt to your liking. And then finally, that's the bottom of that menu. To the left is the steering wheel. We have a few different functions here. This is our steering assist, okay, the steering pilot. We have it choose, or select it rather. Right now it's illuminated in red, showing that it's active. If we deselect that, it's going to say that it's off. If we select it, it will show that it's on, and it will notify us with a steering wheel up here on the display. We also have our lane keeping assist turned on currently. As we see, the red indicator right here will let us know. Parking pilot is on, and finally our 360 camera. This is a quick way to pull up the camera view up here on our display. We click that button in, and this will show our 360 view camera. From the camera, we do have a few choices of the ways that we can view it. Down here, using our controller, we can move up to the top here. As we see here, there's a few different selections. We can go over and actually select our different views here by cycling through. A front view, front bumper, front tires, rear tires, over the rear bumper, and the rear view that's standard. We can also go down, click on here. This will show us the 180-degree view. It will be more zoomed in. We select again, that will go back to the split screen with the 360 view to the left and the standard rear view to the right. One of the most common features that you'll be using on your vehicle is the navigation system. When we choose Navi down here on the console, that will show our overview of the map and where the vehicle is currently at. If we'd like to put an address in, we can use our controller down here, either our standard controller or the touchpad controller. In this case, we'll slide our finger back, and as we do that, that will bring up our menu options. It'll automatically highlight destination as a default because it knows that we want to put an address in. We'll select that. We'll select address entry. From here, we'll choose the correct state, in this case Pennsylvania. Then we'll narrow down to town, street, and finally the number of the address. Once these are entered in here finally, we can choose to start on the right, or we can toggle down and save this into our contacts. One of the cool features on this car is we have a favorites button down here on the controller. What we can do is we can select that here, clicking it in, and that'll bring up this menu here on our display. Right now we have navigation, radio, and a few other options here. We can set this up uniquely how we like to have our favorites. So if we have a certain shortcut we'd like to get to quickly, we can put that in a certain order. To do that, we use our controller or our finger, and we slide it down, and we select move. Now we can change the order to the ones that we choose to be first, second, third, or fourth, and so on. Once we have the selected space, we'll click down our controller and drop it in there. Now it's changed the organization here and the order of all the favorites. So that's a quick way to get to your settings, as well as the physical touch buttons here or your command controller down below. And finally, up on our display here, we have the vehicle settings selected. We'll choose that, and this is all of our different settings. We can go under our consumption menu, digital operators menu, time, vehicle settings in general, dynamic select, and the 360 camera, some of the things that we previously went over. If we select vehicle settings, this is going to get a little bit more in depth with our particular setup. So right now we have different settings such as the acoustic lock feedback, the easy entry exit, and ambient lighting. This is where you get to all those ones to tailor the car to the way that you like to have things set up. Right now we have it so that there's a 15-second delay when we open the vehicle and lock it, and the lights will shut off after 15 seconds. If you'd like to change your ambient light color, you simply click here and then choose one of the three colors. In this case, we're going to go with solar, and we'll select it. Easy entry and exit is an awesome feature. What this does is it allows the driver to get in with much easier access by moving the steering wheel back and out of the way, and then back to your desired setting once you're seated. A common question that we get is how to save radio settings to our presets or our favorites. What we'll do is we'll select a station that we like to listen to, whether it be AM, FM, or in this case Sirius satellite radio. So right now we want to save channel 16, the blend. What we'll do is we'll hold our controller in for about 3 seconds, and this will bring up a menu here. At this point we can go ahead and choose the slot or the number where we want to save it. Once we select that, we'll click down on our controller inward and we'll hear an audible beep. That will confirm that that station's been saved now. So now we have that saved to our presets. I hope that this short video gave you a little bit better understanding of our technology on the GLC 300 and easier ways to navigate through our command system here. If you have any further questions, you can contact me directly at mkillian@KeenanMercedes.com or call me directly 267-374-5304. Thanks.
This is the Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 2016 edition. I'm going to show you how to open the gas cap. So that's a gas cap right here. I mean the gas cover. What you're going to do is you're just going to come in and gently push on it. That pops open, and then the gas cap is right here. And then all you do is turn, pull, and you can put gas in. And when you're done, close it and shut it right there, and then push on it. And that's how you open and close the gas cap. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot for watching. All right, this is the Mercedes-Benz GLC. I'm gonna show you how to turn the air conditioning heating on. If you go right here, there's an auto button. If you press the auto button right here, it automatically turns the AC on. You see the auto? It turns the air conditioning on, heater on to whatever setting that you had it set at, okay? Now, if you want to control it manually, you don't need, let me just go ahead and turn that off. Actually, you don't need to turn it off. All you have to do is go right here and adjust the speed, and it turns automatic off and it turns the speed. And then you can control the temperature by using this right here. Going down actually lowers it, pressing it up raises the temperature, and then this right here controls the fan speed. We're going to take it back down to 1. Okay, now this button right here, this controls where the air is blowing at. Currently it's blowing at the windshield, the face, and the feet. If you press it, we're gonna, now if you look right up here, it shows that it's blowing at the face and the feet. Right there it's showing is blowing at the feet, and right now the feet and the windshield, and the cycle continues. Okay, that's how you do that. And this right here, this is for defrost of the windshield. Okay, you press that and it turns on the max for the windshield, so you can defrost or defrog the windshield. That's how you control it. Now, one thing, that feature that this vehicle has that's pretty cool, let's turn that off. One feature that this vehicle has is, like, both sides are able to control their temperature. You see that right there? You can control the temperature of this. On the right-hand side, it's 78 degrees. On the left-hand side, it's 76 degrees. But if you want to take that control off, all you have to do is press this, sync, and everything sync towards the driver's side air controls, okay? That's how you do it. All right, this is the Mercedes-Benz GLC. I'm going to show you how to turn on the rear defroster. So you're looking at the vehicle air conditioning. All you have to do is go down here, press that, and it turns on the rear defroster, and the rear window will defrost. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot for watching. This is the Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 2016 edition. I'm going to show you how to open and close the sunglasses compartments. So you're just going to look up. You see this right here? Pop that open. The sunglasses go in right there. That's how where you put the sunglasses, and then you close it back up, and that's how you open and close the sunglasses compartment. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.
My name is Logan. I'm coming to you from Roller Motors Mercedes-Benz in Somerset West. I want to show you guys one of the hidden secrets on board the ML Mercedes-Benz. So as you obviously know, the ML is a very big vehicle, and because of this, there's a large surface area that the sun visor has to cover. So what Mercedes-Benz did was, have a look. If you open up your sun visor, put it to the side, there's another one in front that folds down. But if the sun visor still doesn't get enough of the window and sun blocked out, you merely pull it towards you and it extends like that. Easy convenience for our customers. It is obviously on the passenger side as well. And we fold it away. As easy as that. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Pulling up to a junction can be fraught with danger. The driver's view can easily be blocked, making it difficult to see what's around the corner or fast approaching. European research indicates approximately 19% of drivers involved in accidents at junctions experienced obstructions to their view. So imagine instead a car that can see around corners. Ford's front split-view camera takes the stress out of navigating blind junctions. A push of a button activates the 1 megapixel camera mounted in the car's radiator grille, giving the driver a 180-degree field of vision.
Das ist ein wirklich sehr gutes System, um Gefahren zu verhindern, um Unfälle zu verhindern. Der Fahrer kann eher sehen, ob ihm jemand den Weg kreuzt, ihm entgegenkommt. Wie hier in dem Fall links und rechts kann man nicht sehen. Der Fahrer hat keinen Einblick auf den Straßenverkehr, während man hier über die Frontbildkamera den kompletten Straßenverkehr beobachten kann. Wir testen das System an öffentlichen Verkehrsorten wie Parkhäusern, Parkplätzen, Hauseinfahrten, Toreinfahrten. Das sind kritische Punkte.
The split-view camera even comes with its own washer, so the lens remains clear. The camera is available in new Ford models such as the GLC and S-Max. So pulling into traffic should never be a strain again.
Hi, my name is Logan. I'm coming to you from Mercedes-Benz in Somerset West. I now look a little bit different. I cut my hair, saving water in Cape Town. So, today I want to show you the reverse cameras on our car. So I'm sitting with a bit of a problem. I can't see if there's any traffic coming over there. Nor can I see if there's any traffic coming over there, due to the cars blocking my view. But what I do have is a reverse camera. So I'll pop the car into reverse, and on pops the camera. But the camera isn't helping me that much, as I still cannot see this traffic coming. So I simply turn the dial once, push it down, and the car gives me a wide angle view. And I can see all the traffic coming from the left, all the traffic coming from the right, and I know that it is safe to pull out. The wide angle lens is a standard feature on every Mercedes-Benz that has a reversing camera, and our competitors do not offer this. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Hi, I'm Stacey from Mercedes-Benz Geelong. Most vehicles these days come with a reversing camera. However, Mercedes-Benz takes us even further with a 360-degree camera. The 360-degree camera makes the area immediately surrounding the vehicle visible, both from a bird's eye view and below the window line. It thereby helps to identify any obstacles when parking or manoeuvring. A total of 4 cameras monitor the area surrounding your vehicle. The cameras are located at the front, below each exterior mirror, and at the rear in the handle strip of the tailgate or under the badge. The images reproduced on your display, and the system offers a number of different views, including a true colour representation of your car and its surroundings from a bird's eye view. This way you have a choice between a full screen display and a split screen display, in which the views from different angles can be displayed next to each other. Depending on the direction in which you are travelling, the images switch automatically to show the view from either the front or the rear camera on the display. Superimposed dynamic guidelines also provide for additional orientation and provide support when manoeuvring and parking. And should you be interested in the view from an angle which is different to that selected by the system, you can easily switch between specific cameras at any time. The 360-degree camera is only available on selected models. Ask our team for details by visiting mbgeelong.com.au, like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching.
Hey everyone, Alex here, Mercedes-Benz Edmonton West. Today I want to show you a 360 camera. So on majority of our select models, the 360 camera will have 4 access points. You have one in the front, right here. It's a full clear 360 view of the front. Come on down to the side. You have a 360 camera right here. Allows access, visual access to the side lines here. So great for parking. Come back here. You know, see right here, if I open this up, this guy right here actually pops out when you go into reverse. Right? So when it's open, it's not going to pop out. But when you close it, and you go in reverse, the camera itself will actually pop out, keeping it clean all year round. Now if you come inside, I'll show you how clear the picture actually is. It's amazing. So right now I have all the cameras open right now as you speak. So if you pop over to our screen here, this is our E300 Mercedes-Benz. You can see I have 5 access points for visual sake. So you have the front here, allows for me to see a clear view of the full front bumper. If I go down one more, if I was going to drive, it'll actually show me the direction of travel. It's super crisp, super clean, with an eagle view as well. It looks really good. And if I come down here, I can actually see the siding of my vehicle. Now if I open it up, it'll actually turn off the entire camera. So that way you know, hey, that camera's off. Right? So you can have, it'll show 4, so it'll show the 2 in the front cameras, and it'll show the 2 in the back. So that way you know exactly where you're parking. And then the same for the back camera. You get a full 360 back. And then the same thing if I were to go in reverse, one click. It shows the direction of travel. It looks very crisp, it's very easy to use. But anyways guys, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment below what you think of the 360 camera and how it can benefit you. Thank you very much.
Blind spot detection systems use sensors that monitor nearby lanes and determine when other vehicles approach or enter a vehicle's blind spot. When this occurs, the system warns the driver with a visual alert, which usually appears either in or near the side view mirror. If the driver signals a turn or lane change, the alert changes. It may become brighter or flash, or an audible warning may sound. Some systems also may activate brake or steering controls to keep the vehicle in its lane. The alert stops when the adjacent vehicle is no longer in the blind spot.
Active Blind Spot Assist is an assistance system for helping to prevent accidents. It supports you when changing lanes and warns you of any vehicles which are recognized in your vehicle's blind spot. It can additionally help you avoid a potential collision by means of a course-correcting application of the brakes. Active Blind Spot Assist can be activated or deactivated using the buttons on the multifunction steering wheel to access the assistance menu of the instrument cluster. Radar sensors are used to capture an area up to 3 meters behind the vehicle, as well as the direct area to the side of the vehicle. Active Blind Spot Assist supports you from a speed of around 30 kilometers per hour. While driving, if vehicles are recognized in the detected area, you will be made aware of this by means of a warning symbol illuminating the exterior mirror. If you subsequently switch on the turn signals to change lane, the warning lamp flashes red and a warning tone additionally sounds to draw your attention to a possible collision. If you fail to react to this warning, Active Blind Spot Assist initiates a course-correcting application of the brakes for you. The application of the brakes can be counteracted at any time by means of a gentle steering movement or by accelerating. Narrow vehicles such as motorcycles may not be detected or may only be detected too late. Dirty sensors may also lead to vehicles not being correctly recognized. Active Blind Spot Assist is only an aid and is not a substitute for attentive driving. Therefore, always pay attention to traffic conditions and your surroundings.
Many serious road accidents happen each year simply because drivers change lanes without paying attention to the other traffic on the road. With Active Blind Spot Assist, Mercedes-Benz has developed a system that warns the driver if it identifies the risk of a collision from the side while the vehicle is changing lanes. If necessary, the system will also intervene actively to prevent an accident. Using a series of radar sensors, Active Blind Spot Assist constantly monitors the area directly alongside and behind the vehicle. If the system recognizes the presence of another vehicle in the blind spot area, it will display a red warning signal in the glass of the exterior mirror. If the driver indicates a lane change, an audible warning signal is also triggered. Should the driver ignore all warnings, thus making an accident more likely, Blind Spot Assist can take active measures. By applying the brakes on the wheels on the opposite side of the vehicle is steered out of the danger zone. The system can therefore help to prevent an imminent accident. Active Blind Spot Assist from Mercedes-Benz, improving safety on the road for you as well as other road users.
Sometimes, just seconds count. Mercedes-Benz Pre-Safe Brake is an assisted system that can brake automatically. The system will intervene the moment it detects that a rear-end collision is imminent and the driver does not respond to warning signals. As soon as the radar sensors behind the front bumper and in the radiator grille, which are also used by Distronic Plus, register that the distance to the vehicle in front or to some obstruction ahead is decreasing very rapidly, the driver is alerted by acoustic signals and by a warning symbol in the instrument cluster. This happens around 2.6 seconds before the calculated moment of impact. If the driver fails to respond to this warning, the system will apply approximately 40% of the full braking power around 1.6 seconds before impact. At the same time, the pre-safe occupant protection systems will be triggered. If the driver applies the brakes at this point, Brake Assist Plus will ensure that the optimum braking power is available and that the collision can be avoided. If the driver still does not react, full autonomous braking will be activated 0.6 seconds before the impact. By reducing the impact speed, Pre-Safe Brake acts as an electronic crumple zone, providing additional protection for both the vehicle's occupants and for the vehicle in front. Pre-Safe Brake from Mercedes-Benz warns the driver and reduces the speed. One of the most serious automotive accidents is a rear-end collision. If drivers were given sufficient warning, many rear-end collisions could be prevented. With the development of its radar-based assistance systems, Distronic Plus and Pre-Safe Brake, Mercedes-Benz is making an important contribution to the prevention of accidents involving rear-end collisions. The proximity-controlled cruise control system, Distronic Plus, operates between speeds of approximately 20 and 120 miles per hour, 2 short-range radar sensors behind the front bumper, together with a long-range radar in the radiator grille, constantly monitor the distance to the vehicle in front, up to approximately 650 feet. If this gap narrows, the system can brake the vehicle depending on the current traffic situation. Once the gap widens again, Distronic Plus can also accelerate the vehicle up to the cruising speed that the driver has selected. Should the system recognize that the gap is closing too quickly, Distronic Plus will warn the driver with a series of short, audible signals. At the same time, Pre-Safe Brake will calculate the braking pressure that's required in this situation if an accident is to be prevented. If the driver reacts at this point, the car will be braked using precisely the force needed, whether or not the driver has applied sufficient pressure to the brake pedal. The car thus makes the maximum use of the distance to the vehicle in front, helping to ensure that drivers behind you are given as much space as possible to brake or implement evasive maneuvers of their own. Distronic Plus and Pre-Safe Brake from Mercedes-Benz warns and assists the driver during braking. Inattentive, tired, distracted. Many serious accidents happen when a driver drifts out of a lane. In order to protect the vehicle occupants and other road users from such accidents, Mercedes-Benz has developed Active Lane Keeping Assist. This is a system that warns the driver if it recognizes that the vehicle is about to leave its lane, and if need be, can take corrective action. A camera on the inside of the front windscreen constantly monitors the areas in front of the vehicle. If the control system recognizes that the vehicle is moving towards the line at the side or along the center of the road, it can work out in just milliseconds whether this is intentional. Is the indicator light flashing, or is the driver accelerating as if to overtake? If it identifies that the drift is unintentional, Active Lane Keeping Assist will attract the attention of the driver by vibrating the steering wheel briefly. If there's still no reaction and the vehicle threatens to cross over a solid line, the wheels on the side of the vehicle away from the line will be braked in order to bring the vehicle back on course. Active Lane Keeping Assist from Mercedes-Benz, keeping your vehicle on track. Many serious road accidents happen each year simply because drivers change lanes without paying attention to the other traffic on the road. With Active Blind Spot Assist, Mercedes-Benz has developed a system that warns the driver if it identifies the risk of a collision from the side while the vehicle is changing lanes. If necessary, the system will also intervene actively to prevent an accident. Using a series of radar sensors, Active Blind Spot Assist constantly monitors the area directly alongside and behind the vehicle. If the system recognizes the presence of another vehicle in the blind spot area, it will display a red warning signal in the glass of the exterior mirror. If the driver indicates a lane change, an audible warning signal is also triggered. Should the driver ignore all warnings, thus making an accident more likely, Blind Spot Assist can take active measures. By applying the brakes on the wheels on the opposite side of the vehicle is steered out of the danger zone. The system can therefore help to prevent an imminent accident. Active Blind Spot Assist from Mercedes-Benz, improving safety on the road for you as well as other road users. Movements and comfort make even long journeys in a Mercedes a pleasure. During long journeys, however, it is possible that a driver's attention level will fall. Many serious accidents are caused by drivers suffering from tiredness. To help recognize the signs of driver fatigue at a very early stage, Mercedes-Benz has developed Attention Assist. If the system detects these typical signs, the driver will be urged to take a rest. During the first few minutes of driving, Attention Assist draws up an individual profile of the driver's driving style, which is then constantly compared with the latest feedback from the sensors. At the heart of the system is a highly sensitive sensor that records steering movements and steering speed. Studies by Mercedes-Benz have revealed that drivers who are tired will keep making minor steering errors, which they then usually correct immediately. If the system detects this sort of behavior, it will go on to check further relevant parameters in order to verify the result. For example, how long has the driver been at the wheel? Is the driver using the instruments and thus showing signs of activity? Are there external influences at work, such as side wind or an uneven road surface? If the result is unequivocal, Attention Assist will issue the audible and visible prompt, "Time for a break." Attention Assist from Mercedes-Benz helps prevent accidents caused by driver fatigue.
The new S-Class features Road Surface Scan, a world first, which effectively turns ABC suspension into magic body control. At speeds of up to 130 kilometers per hour, Road Surface Scan uses a stereo camera to monitor and analyze the road ahead. The exact surface contour is then passed on to active body control. This improved active suspension system can almost entirely compensate for body movements resulting from uneven roads. Within split seconds, the suspension is prepped for the impending situation in order to significantly reduce any structural movement. The result is unprecedented driving comfort. The active lane keeping assist prevents the driver from leaving the lane unintentionally in a range of situations, even in slight bends. Targeted intervention via ESP brakes the opposite wheels to ensure that the vehicle does not drive over solid lines. At the same time, a warning is displayed on the instrument cluster. If open lane markings are crossed, the steering wheel vibrates as a cue to steer in the opposite direction. This haptic warning is also provided before the braking intervention. In a new development, the system can also react if adjacent lanes marked with open lines are occupied and there is a risk of collision if the vehicle changes lanes. The system is active from a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. The camera identifies the road markings, while radar sensors monitor the traffic around the car. Traffic behind the vehicle is monitored by a radar sensor in order to warn of overtaking traffic. The long-range radar is directed at oncoming traffic. The short-range radar keeps a lookout when the vehicle changes lanes. If the radar system reports that the adjacent lane is occupied, ESP initiates a one-sided braking intervention that can move the vehicle out of the danger zone. At speeds above 30 kilometers per hour, the active blind spot assist offers additional protection. The radar sensors of the electronic blind spot check recognize when cars or motorcycles move into the critical area of the blind spot. A red warning triangle then appears in the door mirror. If the driver activates the indicator, an audible warning signal sounds and the red triangle flashes. If the driver starts to change lanes regardless, the one-sided braking intervention can prevent a collision at the last minute or reduce the severity of the impact. The correct amount of braking in a critical driving situation is one of the most difficult challenges for a driver. With BAS Plus Brake Assist, Mercedes-Benz has developed a technology that can enhance the braking force as soon as the driver applies the brakes when there is a risk of a rear-end collision. The newly developed Brake Assist Plus can now also help prevent or reduce the severity of accidents occurring in crossing traffic. A stereo camera and a system of long, medium, and short-range radar monitor the area in front of the vehicle. Critical areas include junctions at which cars and cyclists can appear unexpectedly in the vehicle's own lane. The data from the stereo camera and the radar system are thus processed in a control unit in order to check whether the crossing traffic poses a risk of collision. If the driver reacts to a dangerous situation of this nature and applies the brake pedal, Brake Assist Plus can ensure that the optimal brake pressure is applied, even if braking has been too light. The resulting deceleration can be increased all the way to full braking. With the assistance of BAS Plus, accidents involving crossing traffic can be prevented or their severity significantly reduced. Distronic Plus Adaptive Cruise Control helps the driver maintain a desired distance from the car in front within a speed range of 0 to 200 kilometers per hour. These basic functions are now supplemented by the steering assist. Overtaking on the right can also be prevented. The new steer assist helps the driver by keeping the vehicle in the center of the lane, even in slight bends. At speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour, the stereo camera identifies the lanes and passes this signal to the electric steering. The vehicle remains in its lane and prevents the driver from inadvertently approaching the lane markings. When the vehicle is traveling slowly, the system can base its calculations on the car in front, even if lane markings are unclear or non-existent. The system is designed to be so sensitive that the sensors can detect whether the driver's hands are on the steering wheel. If they are not, it issues a warning. In bumper-to-bumper traffic, for example, when the traffic opens up, the system can prevent accidental overtaking on the right beginning at 80 kilometers per hour. To do so, the radar sensors detect cars driving in the faster lane and adjust the vehicle speed accordingly. Below this threshold, the car can overtake on the right with a small difference in speeds. Pre-Safe is the comprehensive protection system from Mercedes-Benz. The supplemental Brake Assist Plus and the Pre-Safe brake help to prevent or reduce the severity of accidents, thereby protecting other road users. With pedestrian recognition, the Pre-Safe brake now takes on a new dimension. A stereo camera and a system of long, medium, and short-range radar monitor the area in front of the vehicle. The information is combined and processed in a control unit to provide early recognition of road users in the lane analyzed. At the same time, these data are used to calculate whether there is a risk of collision. If such a risk is identified, the system can provide visual and audible warnings at first. If the driver brakes, Brake Assist Plus ensures that the optimal brake pressure is applied, even if the pedal has been pressed too lightly. In critical situations, if the driver does not take action, autonomous braking may take place as necessary. The Pre-Safe brake with pedestrian recognition can prevent collisions with people at speeds of over 50 kilometers per hour. Moreover, the severity of an accident can be reduced significantly at up to 72 kilometers per hour.
Mercedes-Benz has long believed that the best way to survive an accident is to avoid one. Rear-end collisions are one of the more common types of accident, and one that might be avoided with the help of an advanced new system called Collision Prevention Assist. Anytime you're driving over 20 miles per hour, Collision Prevention Assist is comparing your speed to vehicles or objects ahead. Using radar, it can sense when a possible collision is likely. It can also detect stationary objects when you're driving up to 45 miles per hour. As soon as the system detects an insufficient safety buffer, a visual warning illuminates. If the distance is decreasing rapidly enough, a warning chime sounds. This alerts the driver to initiate braking. As soon as you step on the brakes, the system's adaptive brake assist precisely applies the optimum braking force automatically. Should the vehicle ahead brake harder or start to pull away, the brake force is instantly adjusted. By braking only as much as necessary to avoid the collision and activating the brake lamps, drivers behind you also have more time to react. And if it appears you cannot avoid the collision, the system engages the features of pre-safe to help prepare the occupants. With Collision Prevention Assist, Mercedes-Benz once again shows that the future of driving safety is often right in front of you.
BAS Plus with Cross-Traffic Assist helps you when braking as soon as a risk of collision is detected. BAS Plus can help you to reduce the risk and severity of accidents. If you approach an obstacle and the system has detected a risk of collision at speeds between 7 and 250 km per hour, BAS Plus calculates the braking force necessary to prevent a collision with the detected obstacle. At speeds below 30 km per hour, braking assistance is carried out at the last possible moment. When driving at a speed above 30 km per hour, if you depress the brake pedal sharply, BAS Plus automatically increases the brake pressure to a degree suited to the traffic situation. At speeds of up to approximately 70 km per hour, BAS Plus with Cross-Traffic Assist can also detect stationary or intersecting obstacles. In addition, pedestrians standing in the path of your vehicle can be detected. ABS prevents any of the wheels from locking for as long as you depress the brake pedal. As soon as you release the brake pedal, or there is no longer a risk of collision, or no obstacle is detected in front of your vehicle, the brake boost function is withdrawn again. BAS Plus cannot always clearly identify objects and complex traffic situations. Therefore, always pay careful attention to the traffic situation and be ready to brake. Collision Prevention Assist Plus comprises the distance warning function with autonomous emergency braking function and adaptive brake assist. It can assist in minimizing the risk of a collision with the vehicle in front. In order to switch the assistance system on or off, in the onboard computer, navigate to the Assistance menu and select Collision Prevention Assist Plus. If Collision Prevention Assist Plus is deactivated, this is shown by the corresponding symbol in the Assistance graphic menu. From a speed of around 30 km per hour, a warning lamp in the instrument cluster draws your attention to your distance to the vehicle in front if you're too close for your current speed. If you approach a vehicle in front very quickly, you're also warned by an intermittent tone if you're travelling at a speed above 7 km per hour. React to the warning by braking immediately or taking evasive action, provided it is safe to do so. Adaptive Brake Assist provides braking assistance in hazardous situations at speeds above 7 km per hour by boosting your braking pressure if needed. It uses the radar sensor system as an aid to detect moving obstacles and calculate the required braking force. If you do not react to the warning, Collision Prevention Assist Plus may initiate automatic braking in order to minimize the risk of a collision or reduce the effects of such a collision. Collision Prevention Assist Plus is only an aid and can be impaired by various factors. It does not replace careful and appropriate driving. For this reason, always pay attention to traffic conditions and your surroundings. The pre-safe brake can detect obstacles that are in front of your vehicle for an extended period of time and help you to reduce the risk and severity of accidents. If the pre-safe brake is switched off, the corresponding symbol will appear in the multifunction display. To switch the system on or off, navigate to the Assistance menu within the Settings menu and select Pre-Safe Brake. Confirm your selection and switch the assistance system on. From a speed of around 30 km per hour, a warning lamp in the instrument cluster alerts you if the distance between you and the vehicle driving ahead of you becomes too small for the speed at which you're currently driving. If you very quickly approach a vehicle in front or a pedestrian above a speed of approximately 7 km an hour, this function additionally warns you by means of an intermittent warning tone. Brake or take evasive action immediately, provided it's safe to do so. Pre-safe brake can automatically slow the vehicle down if the driver and front passenger are wearing their seatbelts and the vehicle's speed is between 7 and 200 km per hour. In doing so, the pre-safe brake can also react to obstacles such as stationary vehicles or standing pedestrians up to a speed of 70 km per hour. Pre-safe brake can also perform automatic emergency braking prior to an imminent accident. Pre-safe brake cannot always clearly identify objects and complex traffic conditions. Always pay careful attention to the traffic situation and be ready to brake.
The correct amount of braking in a critical driving situation is one of the most difficult challenges for a driver. With BAS Plus Brake Assist, Mercedes-Benz has developed a technology that can enhance the braking force as soon as the driver applies the brakes when there is a risk of a rear-end collision. The newly developed Brake Assist Plus can now also help prevent or reduce the severity of accidents occurring in crossing traffic. A stereo camera and a system of long, medium, and short-range radar monitor the area in front of the vehicle. Critical areas include junctions at which cars and cyclists can appear unexpectedly in the vehicle's own lane. The data from the stereo camera and the radar system are thus processed in a control unit in order to check whether the crossing traffic poses a risk of collision. If the driver reacts to a dangerous situation of this nature and applies the brake pedal, Brake Assist Plus can ensure that the optimal brake pressure is applied, even if braking has been too light. The resulting deceleration can be increased all the way to full braking. With the assistance of BAS Plus, accidents involving crossing traffic can be prevented or their severity significantly reduced.
BAS Plus provides braking support in hazardous situations whereby vehicles in front are travelling at speeds between 7 and 250 km per hour. BAS Plus with Cross-Traffic Assist extends the BAS Plus function to include situations with traffic crossing the path of your vehicle. Up to a speed of 70 km per hour, the system reacts to obstacles either in the path of your vehicle or crossing it. The radar sensors and a camera system fixed to the top of the windscreen are used to detect obstacles that are in the path of your vehicle for an extended period of time or which have intersected your path. If you approach an obstacle and the system has detected a risk of collision, BAS Plus calculates the braking force necessary to prevent a collision with the detected obstacle. If you firmly depress the brake pedal, BAS Plus will automatically increase the braking force to a level suitable for the conditions. ABS prevents the wheels from locking when BAS Plus demands a particularly high braking force. As soon as you release the brake pedal, or there is no longer a risk of collision, the brake boost function will be withdrawn again. Snowfall or heavy rain, dirty sensors, or unexpected behavior from other vehicles or pedestrians may prevent BAS Plus from clearly identifying objects or complex traffic situations. Therefore, always pay careful attention to the traffic situation and be ready to brake.